Thornhill. These are the emails, and I'll try to explain them as quick as I can so I don't waste your time. Alright, we'll start out with this one. I first sent an email to Halton Arp about I have a theory of everything. It says, this is his reply dated 11/27/2002. Dear Fred, okay, I'm interested in theories of everything, but remember that if people are to understand it, it must be short, concise, and connect palpable facts together. Most professionals have complicated theories based on assumptions they will never give up. My own view is that there are a lot we cannot understand at this moment, but we can at least get rid of some of the conventional theories which are blatantly wrong. Halton Arp. I then sent him my story, just like I showed you in the video, of the mother rock and how it makes galaxies from recycling planets, which he sent back. We sort of agree on the seed aspect of galaxy formation. I think of it in terms of stem cell nucleus, but I can only talk to people in terms of simple, clear observations, not detailed models. You have to lead them from the present concepts bit by tiny bit and not invent any new terms. You have to use their language and seduce them into thinking more operationally. It requires patience and being able to feel as they do. As you notice, this time he signs it, regards, Chip. And later on, by January 20, 2003, I was working on the Fibonacci series as being part of the growth mechanism, and I asked him, you know of any animals of 4 digits? I can't find any. Working on theory of the magnetic interface based on the Fibonacci series, waiting from here, everything okay? To which he replied, Dear Fred, the Fibonacci series, was invented to describe the multiplication of rabbits. I'm overly busy with trying to finish a catalog, write several papers, deal with false reputations, and in a documentary, deal with health and family medical status with regards, Chip. And I knew at the time, I hit a wrong chord, and I backed off. I said, okay, sorry I bothered you. Goodbye. I must have hit a nerve because he emailed back, Dear Fred, I wish I could say something sensible. The times we live in are so primitive, I feel I have to try to correct a few elementary misinformations that are hurting us all. I guess I just get compulsive about trying to stem the tide. Chip. You notice each time he signs it gets a little more informal. I send back to him. Dear Chip, I wish I could help you change the world. I wish I was right there at your side, always be able to help you. My heart goes out to you because I feel the same problem as I do. You feel unfortunately, to say something sensible oftentimes means saying the word no. It is the hardest thing to do, to tell someone in need that you can't help them. You appear to have a very big heart, and I'm ashamed enough to admit it. I want to be part of it. I am at your mercy. The reference to the Fibonacci numbers was in regard to part 2 of my paper. I sent it several weeks ago and never got a reply, so I naturally assumed you were busy. I just didn't want to be forgotten. The numbers are the math for the magnetic interface that structures all living organisms. And read it when you don't have time. Joke. Take some time for yourself, I tell him. Look at the clock right now. Think of a period of time later in the day. Promise yourself you'll take 30 minutes away from everything and then do it. Don't change your mind 5 minutes later and start something. You only let yourself down, and don't let anyone else say you differently. They're just being selfish. Whatever happens, there will always be someone right here who gives a shit. Write me anytime, all the time. You have a certain style to your writing that warms my heart and gives me hope. A small, warm light in the midst of a bleakness that wraps itself around humanity. As always, Fred. He writes back. Dear Fred. Oh, Fred, I believe people can write truer and more important things in novels than in scientific papers, but I cannot shake my dry scientific training. You feel important things, however. Have you ever considered writing a projection of how humans would be if when they evolve out of their misconceptions and animosities? Best wishes, Chip. You see, we're getting a little closer here to it. My reply here was, I forgot that I had sent him the paper in the first place, so he already knew my writing. And I said, Chip, I am stunned. How can you see things just by reading what I write? I have often thought about what man could become if he could just survive to become a universal being. When you speak of animosities and misconceptions, you speak of man's fear of the unknown and his stubborn refusal to change. To me, hatred begins with race and religion, to a continuous habit of focusing on our differences rather than on our similarities. Misconceptions and wrong ideas are often simply what we have been taught. When we find something contrary to what we think we know, we choose to ignore instead of trying to correct the teachers. Teachers did not like me because I was always questioning their ideas and motives. Would you like to hear the truth about me? Now this is kind of above and past over here where he had told me, Fred, your manuscript arrived in the mail. Nice pictures. Your imagination is potentially as accurate as anyone else. Now this is another story that I had written, sort of like a fictional story about two people who meet, and the older of the two knows everything about the universe and he's telling the younger. And this he says, unfortunately it can never be proved, only disproved. I cannot comment in detail on your models, but overall, a good painter communicates a feeling which is perhaps more important than the details. Congratulations, you are a good painter. Oh, my heart soared when he said that to me. Now back to this one where he referenced that. Would you like to hear the truth about me, starting right here? I'm not sure how to put this, but I will try. The single greatest moment so far in my life was when I read these words, congratulations, you are a good painter.